Hello and welcome to Greetingstar. I'm so glad you can join me today. We're going to be making a card today using supplies from the April 2021 Spellbinders Card Kit of the Month. And you can see all those supplies here. And I'm going to use these dies here. They did not come in the kit. This is Scalloped, and this one is the Hero Arts Infinity Circle dies. And I'm using this sketch from Mojo Monday. It's the Mojo Sketch 556, and I'll leave the link down below to that. It's Poetic Artistry blog spot, but I can't remember the rest of it. All right, so I'm just going to trim up the card panel here, and I'm going to leave just 1/8 of an inch of a border around that. So I cut that card size down just 1/8 on either side. So my card size is 5.5 and 4.25. So that would be 4 and 1/8 and 5 and 3/8. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and trim down the rest of the card. I trimmed that pretty pink with a gold pattern there, and then my daisies and stuff. And now this gold piece is going to be that strip right behind the scallop circle. And I just want to make sure I get it exactly measured correctly. Since I left 1/8 of an inch of a border around my card, I needed to cut that down to 4 and 1/8. Yes, no. If it's 4 1/4, then 4 and 1/8. Yep. So that's what that gold strip of paper was. And I'm just going to use, I thought that those circles were too large, so I decided to go ahead and take the smaller set, the next one in line on each of those, and cut those down. So I went ahead and did that, and then I felt like it looked better for the card. The other one, in my opinion, was just too large. So there we go. Now I just need to go ahead and I'm going to be trimming those up in a moment. I'm going to take my scissors and just trim that off and save that piece because I'll use it later. And then I'm going to trim the other side so that they'll fit together, and then it'll look like it's one long piece, which I think is kind of cool. You could do some really cool things when you're crafting. So I'm just going to try to use this double-sided adhesive to piece these two together. And I'm going to go ahead and use that notepad as a tool to try to not get that adhesive on my nice mat there behind that I'm working on. And then I thought it would be kind of cool to put some kind of texture on this gold strip. It was, I just thought it would look kind of cool because there's like those lines on that pink one behind. So that's what I did. And now I'm going to cut a mat for that piece of paper. Now, I wish that I would have made that strip of paper a little bit longer. I think it would have looked better, but I didn't, and I think it looks okay. So I'm just trimming down that pink mat to go behind it. And you can't really even see it actually, but I think it does. It's not necessarily noticeable, but I think it looks better. It looks more finished. But it's certainly up to you whether you want to do that. Now for here, I'm going to just put this double-sided adhesive on the back of my front panel. I didn't put it on the card because I don't want the adhesive to go all the way to the edge, because this piece is 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. So you get that white border, and we don't want adhesive on that white border. So that's why I put it on the back of the paper instead of on the actual card base. So there we go. And I'm just going to continue assembling this card for you so you can see how it will look. I think it was a pretty card, and I like that layout design from Mojo Monday. So I've never really played along with their challenges, but I don't really play along with mini challenges because I can never meet the deadline. I have too many other things going on. But it is fun. I think it's kind of neat to look at all the different sketches they come up with. So I'm just trying to decide how far underneath that gold portion that I need this green daisy piece to be. So I'm just trying to eyeball it before I adhere everything down. And I do go ahead and just kind of gently place that gold piece down so I can make a decision. See, I only kind of adhere it to the bottom there, and then I'm kind of trying to make a mark because I need to be able to fit those stickers on there. And that L in the hello will cover up that piece there. So that was kind of cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a mark right here because I don't want it to go past that because that hello has to be seen. So that worked for me. That's the way I solved that problem. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put this piece together. And before I put those pop dots on, I thought I should probably adhere this piece to the mat because that's flat, and then put the pop dots on. Almost did the pop dots first there. Okay, so I didn't go crazy with these pop dots because I'm being conservative with them, and I think it's okay. I don't think they're going to get smushed too much. So I'm going to now color this hello sticker, and I'm using my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. These are the old ones, not the new version. And I decided to go with, I was checking out the CR2 and the CR3. Now the CR3 looks great, but I thought, you know, if I might end up having to, I didn't know how well the stickers were going to take this ink, and I thought I might need to go over it more. So I just decided to go with a lighter one just in case I needed to go over it a couple times. So I'm going around the edges and on the inside of the E and the O and the H and the outside too, so that way you don't see any white. I'm trying to cover up as much of the white as I can, not just on top, but on the sides and the edges. And then I decided to do this word love. So my card will say hello, love. And I think that's sweet. It's kind of British sounding really, but I like it. So I'm going to do that and get that on my card so it ties in together. I think this is a real sweet little card, a nice layout. I hope you do too. And I kind of was impatient. I didn't let that dry very, very long, but it worked out. Yay! So now it says hello, love. And now I'm going to do the inside of the card, and I'm just going to use the scraps that I made while I, created while I was making this card. Now I should have put that gold piece down first, but I didn't. So I end up having to correct that later, which you'll see. And I'm just making a mark there so I'll know where to adhere this paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this adhesive on so I'll know. Then I'm going to put that daisy piece back down, and then I'll just have to trim off the edges because that circle, I wanted it to be in the middle. So that's why I'm doing it this way. There we go. And now I'll just use my scissors to trim it off. I got it a little bit crooked, but I didn't want to have to try to pull it up and risk tearing it, so I just let it be. And then once that's done, you can see the inside. Now it's interesting because this card, it's almost like I made two cards because the front and the front and the inside, even though they're using the same papers, they're kind of two different designs. So it looks like when you open it, you're looking at another card. But it's pretty and I like it, and it's late and I was just having fun. Okay. So now here's that Hero Arts Infinity die, and I'm just going to cut that out like that. The only thing was I didn't like the smudges that were on that gold circle. So what I did decide to do, I thought, well, maybe I won't put it in there and I'll just use one of the stamps from the stamp set that came in the kit, but that was kind of small. So I'm just looking here through my album here of the die cut shapes that came in the kit to try to find something. And this catches my eye. It says, "You are the best." So I decided to go ahead and adhere that gold circle down, and then I'm going to cut the ribbon portion off of that circle portion. And it's not, this is fussy cutting, so it doesn't create the best circle. Maybe if you have a punch, you could find one that matches the size and do it perfectly. But I decided to fix that wonky edge, and also it didn't completely cover up that smudge. So I thought, hey, I'll just, create another mat for it using the same papers that we're using on this card, and that worked great. I was happy. So I loved it. And then I used my bone folder just to crease it so it would stay closed because it was kind of bulky. And now I'm going to decorate my envelope with the rest of the scraps as well, trying to decide which ones I like and how I want to do it. And I thought these two pieces would be great because they really do coordinate with the rest of the card. And then I'm just going to cut out this daisy and cut out a few of those little green pieces between the petals that are separated, and put that down on my card too. I thought that would be real pretty, and I end up liking it quite a bit. I think it's real nice and fun. But certainly if it depends on you and what you like. Some people don't like taking the time to do these little detail things. It's irritating to them, and I certainly understand that, because sometimes I'm the same way. It just depends on what I'm doing and what else I have going on in my life, and so on and so forth. And so sometimes you just don't have time for it, and it can be annoying. So it's up to you. You can do as detailed or as quick as you want. You don't have to put that little flower on there. You could simply leave it just like that and it would be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down. And you would think that after I get all of these down on my envelope that I would be done, right? I mean, that looks good. I'm just making sure my envelope's turned the right way so I don't put these on upside down, because I've done that before too. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and put this on and put that daisy down. I think this is just lovely. Such a lovely little card. And then on the back, I'm going to put another puffy sticker. And I'm trying to decide between the flowers or the hearts. And I go in the end with the heart that you can see right here. And I decide to go ahead and color that the same way I did the Hello Love on the front. So I pull out my CR2 again and just color on the inside, of the outside, and the top. And then I just adhere it to the back of my envelope, and it'll be ready to go. Now, because this card is quite bulky, you'll definitely, if you do decide to send it through the mail, I would put it in that pretty envelope and then put everything inside of like a bubble mailer or something like that. So I hope you had fun watching today, and if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed the card and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you had a wonderful time and have a great day. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.